Tonight on EA Sports. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the title a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. The 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his 14th touchdown now of the year. And the Buccaneers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. Here's a toss coming right. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards on the play.
When you get that close to the goal line, you can't give up yardage that easily.
6-1.
You might have just given up a great opportunity to score 6 points.
The score is 6-1.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their the 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, "Accentuate the Positive." That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big time game.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 12 carries, 127 yards, and a score.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, "Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball."
Second down, it's Kamara again. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. And some room to work. There he goes, right side. 30. 10. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there. The final snap of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one.
6-1
on EA Sports.
6-1. Wow. Funny, it's 6-1. History is still being made in the NFL.
Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone.
That's a
Touchdown, New Orleans. Kamara, his 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allow the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Winston to throw for it. And it's caught for the Cowboys. So they like to pass it on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky, but it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get an interception, they return it. That's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at Detroit. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
A big play there on the catch and run. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. This is caught by Evans. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Play action. Now it's Brady. He's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski, his ninth.
Oh, no.
Touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with a touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints have retaken the lead. They had just given up the lead and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little bit of rest over here. I was just about to say, he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. And anytime a receiver's over 100 yards like he is, maybe the D coordinator scratching his head a little bit. If you're the D coordinator, what are you doing? Whatever he's not doing.
That's the best way to put it, but you have to treat him like the hot shooter in basketball. The guy that's just not missing. You run enough people at him to make him give up the ball in basketball. In this case, you got to cover him with enough people that they throw the ball to someone else and make them beat you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. So we're at halftime here, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that.
There he goes, right side. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. A big hole right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. These guys will take a 10-point lead. Will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Mike Evans of the Tampa offense about to set up shop. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of it.
And whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. Past the 20. 10. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the catch and run. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. On play action, now Brady. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Second down and goal. Brady. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now we think we're going to try and dial up that 3rd goal.
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays.
And he's got Gronkowski. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rob Gronkowski. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Bucs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He has had a whale of a game. In the third quarter, you're already over 200 yards. I don't know what more he can do at this point.
Not a whole lot, and what he has found is that zone that we always talk about, where every carry feels great. Every carry potentially is a sprint to the end zone. And all he wants to do is ride it as long as this game goes on.
And now he's just thinking 300 yards, maybe. Pushing his way, gets through, and now an opening.
He got 300 yards.
To the races, down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
That is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown one play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly has shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So the passing works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts? Passing versus running on two-point conversion. Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
This taken in at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. 20. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And This is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
That was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone. So give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the third time's a charm as he finally gets one of these to go. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back out on the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And this game not quite over yet. Well, I can see him take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. Got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's Winston. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston here to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Winston to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Camara. Still moving. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Toss play, Camara. Room here to run. The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Camara with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Drive there, just 4 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Tom Brady in the offense. Down by 12. A minute 4 on the clock. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here.
The Jets play. New York Jets.
Brady now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because
Mike Evans, he's going to go. The 30, 10, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
and there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate, but the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert and get that onside kick. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Brady. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now Winston. And this one is incomplete. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now all the focus shifts over to the Bucs, trailing by 4, 27 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Brady. And this is caught by Evans. It is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Brady to throw. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw is Brady. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Pass the try. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 54 yards. Well, they've been struggling through the air all game. That's no secret. That pass right there more than doubles his production all game.
And maybe now it snaps him out of that little bit of a funk that he's been in throughout this game in terms of throwing the ball. Maybe that gives him a little bit of confidence. We can take a few more shots downfield.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. And here in overtime, if the team who receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Will the Bucs win? Will the Saints win? Or will Brady have his first tie in his NFL career? One thing he has not done in his career has tied a game. Let's see if Brady can do that.
New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down and attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. Looking sideline, incomplete. 2 straight incompletions. Now the pressure's really on. Last thing you want here to start overtime with 3 and out.
And I know that a few years ago when they changed the rules about overtime, it may have changed a little bit about how you go about things. But bottom line is, when you have the football, you never want to give it up. You want to make sure you get points on the board at a minimum and put pressure on the other team. This is a huge 3rd down call coming up.
Well, the defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And boy, they did it well.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Brady, and on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage out.
And he is in for the score.
Brady's 50th touchdown.
Absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the
Hope you guys enjoyed all the videos coming out today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.